Hi friends, in this class of Indian polity, we will discuss the part 1 of Indian Constitution. The part 1. Firstly, let us analyze how many parts the Indian Constitution majorly has, or while studying the Indian polity, how many parts we can divide the Constitution into. Part 1. Part 1 talks about union and its territories. Part 2. Part 2 of Indian Constitution talks about citizenship. Part 3 talks about fundamental rights. Part 4 talks about directive principles of state policy or DPSP, and part 5 talks about the union, in which we will study about the president, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, vice president, post of comptroller, auditor general, and chief justice of Supreme Court, and various other judicial aspects. But in this section we are going to discuss this part, that is part 1 of Indian Constitution, the union and its territories. Now, let us start. Let us start this section with an article. Article 1 of Indian Constitution. What does Article 1 says? Article 1 says, India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. India, that is Bharat, shall be union of state. That means the entire land of India has many number of states and it is bound together. That is, India is formed by combination of many states, like we have Tamil Nadu, we have Kerala, we have Punjab, we have Kolkata, Maharashtra. All these states form the India. So, but a question arises here. The states those form India or the Union of India, are they bound by an agreement? No. No states of India or this union is bound by an agreement. No state is bound by an agreement. No state of India or this union is bound by an agreement. Then, how these states are integrated together? These states are integrated together by law of land. These states are integrated together by law of land. As per the laws of the Constitution, as per the laws of Constitution or the law of this land, this state are bound together to form an union. Now, what I have discussed here, India is a union of many states, but the states of India are not bound together by an agreement, but it is bound together by law of land. Now, the factor that arises here, since these states are not bound by an agreement, no states can move away from it, move away or move apart from it, can move apart from it. No states have right to move apart from this union. Like tomorrow morning, if Tamil Nadu wishes, can they move out of India? No, because they are not bound by an agreement. If it would have been bound by an agreement, then they can break the agreement. Since it is not even bound by an agreement, they cannot move, break this union and move away from it. So, concluding all the statement, that is India, that is Bharat shall be union of states. This was the first statement. No state of India is bound together by an agreement. This was the second statement. But India is formed as by the law of land. This was the third statement. And see, union of states, no states is bound together by an agreement, but it is bound by a law of land. Since it is not bound by an agreement, no states have right to move apart from it. So, the conclusion of Article 1 is, summary of Article 1. Summary of Article 1 is, India is an indestructible union. India is a indestructible. India is an indestructible union. That means no one can break the land of India or fragment it or bifurcate it. So this was a summary of Article 1. What all we have learned here is, India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. No state of India is bound together by an agreement, not bound together by an agreement. It is bound as per the law of land. Since it is not bound together by an agreement, no states can have any right to move apart from this union. That is, no states can break away from India. So the summary of Article 1 is, India is an indestructible union. I hope you understand this concept. So which results in, at present juncture, India have 28 states and 9 union territories. So this is the land of India, and this is the summary of Article 1. Now, what we are going to discuss in this class is Article 3 of Indian Constitution. Article 3 of Indian Constitution. This article also comes under Union and its territories. Now, since we have analyzed the Article 1, let us analyze the Article 3 and try to find out how a state can be bifurcated and how a new state can be created. Before going into that detailed aspects, let us discuss what is Article 3 and what does Article 3 tells us about. Article 3 of Indian Constitution authorizes Parliament, that is Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, to alter the boundary, to alter the area or boundary of a state. Article 3 authorizes the Parliament, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha to alter the area or boundary of a state. This is point number 1. And it also permits the Parliament, to change the name of a state, So Union and its territory, we have already covered Article 1, that India is a combination or integration of many states together that forms this land of India. In that article, Article 1, we analysis that India is an indestructible union. That means no state has any rights to move apart from India. In Article 3, we will analyze the aspects that even no state can move apart from India, but the area and boundary of the state within this nation can be altered. That means we can't write and give Andhra Pradesh to some other country, but we can bifurcate Andhra Pradesh to create Telangana. But that is allowed because that is within the purview of this land, within the geographical boundary of this land. That is a clear-cut example. That's what I was saying, that we can't give Andhra Pradesh to some other country, but we can cut down Andhra Pradesh or bifurcate Andhra Pradesh to form Telangana. And Article 3 also permits the parliament to change the name of the state. Now, we will analyze how a new state can be formed. We will analyze steps to formation of a new state. Steps to form a new state. Number 1. First step, a bill, a draft bill, a rough bill in the regard of formation, a rough bill in the regard of formation of a new state is created by Department of State, and this Department of State comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. I hope the first step is very much clear to you. A bill in this regard, a bill, a rough draft, like if you are creating a particular state, the state must have a particular capital. So what all will be mentioned in that bill? Which will be the capital? How many legislative assembly seats the states will have? How many? Where will be the high court? All these aspects has to be mentioned in that bill, and that bill is drafted by Department of State, Ministry of Home Affairs. Now, we'll go on to the second step. The bill is sent to the Honorable President of India, to President of India for his recommendation. The bill is sent to the President of India for his recommendation. Now, what happens is, after the recommendation of the President, after the recommendation of President, after the recommendation of President, the bill will be sent to concerned state. Like, I'll give you an example. Andhra Pradesh was to be divided and Telangana was to be created out of Andhra Pradesh. So Department of State, Ministry of Home Affairs will create a draft bill. Then the bill will be sent to the Honorable President of India for his recommendation. Once the President gives his recommendation, that bill is sent to the concerned state. That means the bill will be sent to Andhra Pradesh. And the concerned state can give its views. The concerned state can give its views. But the aspects that makes it more important is that the views of the concerned state, are not binding on Parliament. That means if the concerned state is giving a opinion regarding that bill, it is not mandatory the Parliament of India should accept that opinion or discard that opinion. They can accept it or they can discard it. It is under the purview of the Parliament. Suppose if the concerned state does not give an opinion, in a specific period of time, then it would be considered that the opinion is given, is given. If the state is not giving an opinion within a specific period of time, then the opinion would be considered as given. After the state's opinion, the bill will be presented in Parliament. After the state's opinion, the bill will be presented in Parliament. If after the state's opinion bill is presented in the Parliament, and during the discussion of Parliament bill undergoes large number of changes, it has to be sent to state again. Then bill has to be passed by simple majority. Note this point, the bill has to be passed by simple majority in both houses of Parliament. Bill has to be passed by simple majority in both houses of Parliament. Then what happens is that then the bill will be sent to President for his final assent. That is, he will sign the bill and a new state will be formed. This is the process of formation of new state. I will repeat the process once again. The first thing was a bill in this regard. A bill will be created, a rough bill will be created by Department of State, Ministry of Home Affairs. The bill will be created by, rough draft will be created by Department of State's Ministry of Home Affairs. Then it will be sent to the Honorable President of India. After the recommendation of the President, the bill will be sent to concerned state, and if the concerned state gives his opinion in particular period of time or within the purview of time, it is well and good. And if the state does not give an opinion in the particular period of time, the opinion is considered to be given. Then the bill is presented in Parliament, and if again the bill goes a large number of changes after the deliberations in the Parliament, then the bill is sent to the concerned state again, and or if not, the bill is passed by simple majority in both the houses of Parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and after passing of the bill in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the bill is sent to the Honorable President of India for his final assent. Now, when we conclude Article 1 and Article 3, in Article 1, we have analysis that India is an integration of various states, or India is made by union of various states. In Article 3, we analysis that the Parliament can, I'll write down both the articles. In Article 1, we analysis that India is an indestructible union. India is an indestructible union. And in Article 3, we analysis Parliament can alter the boundary of a state or create a new state. Now, if you conclude both these articles, then our country is indestructible. No state has right to move apart from it. But Article 3 says that a state can be created, a new state can be created within the country. That means the conclusion of 1 and 3 is India is an indestructible union. India is an indestructible union. That is, no states has right to move apart from India, but with destructible states, but with destructible states. That means we can alter the boundary, or the Parliament of India can alter the boundary of states within the land or the territory of India. This was conclusion of Article 3 and 1 together. Now, we will analyze Article 4 also. Article 4 says that a bill under Article 3, a bill under Article 3, a bill under Article 3 should not be considered a constitutional amendment bill. Because for amending the constitution, we need special majority under Article 368. But even if every time we are creating a new state, if it is a part of a constitutional amendment, the process of creating a new state becomes more complicated. That is, by adding new capital, new aspects has to be added to Indian constitution. So Article 3 justifies that a bill passed under Article 3 would not be or should not be considered a constitutional amendment bill under Article 368. I hope this aspect is clear with you. We have discussed Article 1, Article 3 and Article 4 of Indian Constitution.